I think I wouldn't do it again. You know?
No.
While on tour, no, definitely not.
No. You also did quite a few duets with other rock. You started with Lemmy, I think it was, the first duet.
Yeah.
What's up with that, doing duets with a lot of people?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, my first duet was with Lemmy, and my second duet was with Udo Dirkschneider. I don't know if he's here right now. He's probably sitting backstage.
The guy who looks like Rob.
For me at the time, yeah. But yeah, actually in the 80s, it was impossible to do duets because you had to go to the manager, to the agent, to the record company. You could never really get in touch with the band or the real artist. And then when metal was dying, the record companies, the industry was getting smaller and smaller, and I feel the band and the musicians now, they have much more freedom. So that was the first time that Udo and me, for example, got in contact. Yeah, and in 2000, I asked Lemmy, I wrote him a nice letter, I said, hey Lemmy, you know, it's Doro, I don't know if you remember me, but you know, maybe we want to do something together. Yeah, and then he called me, and I said, yeah, let's do it. So I flew to LA, we did 2 songs, actually 2 ballades, Love Me Forever, Motorhead classic, which I always loved, and Lemmy wrote a song, Alone Again. And I was so soulful, and on this new record, the Raise Your Fist record, there's another duet with Lemmy.
Oh, he's back in the game again.
And it's called It Still Hurts, and it's another ballad, but I think it's so moving. I always get chills, and it's always a great honor to sing with Lemmy, to sing with any musician you love. It's always a highlight in life.
Out of everybody, who would you really want to sing with that you haven't done it with yet?
Yeah, that's somebody who, it's impossible, but Ronnie James Dio would have been, you know.
Yeah, Ronnie the man. But you actually stepped in his shoes, because you were part of Dio's Disciples for a while.
Yeah. Actually in Spain, and Ripper Owens, who's singing in Dio Disciples, his daughter got married, and then the Dio office, they called me and said, do you want to jump in? And I thought, wow. I mean, on one hand, it's like, you know,
it's a tribute to the maestro.
Exactly, but I was working on it day and night, and I tried my best, and all the guys in the band, they were so nice and supportive. Greg Goldie, the guitar player, and Simon Wright, the drummer, and we toured together many times, so we were all friends already, and I loved Ronnie. And actually we had a great opportunity to tour 2 times, like long tours in Europe. It was in '87 and in America in 2000. And in '87, I couldn't speak English that well. It was like different times, but in 2000, we had great talks and we became great friends. And then we started the American tour in San Francisco, and San Francisco, the Fillmore Club, which is a famous club, whatever. And we ended in Florida. And then it was so nice. We were watching every night the Ronnie James Dio show, and then suddenly Ronnie, he left stage, and we thought, oh, where's he going? And then he came back with a second microphone, and then my band said, you know what's up? And I thought, oh, and then Ronnie said, okay, let's sing all the encores together. And I said, I don't know the lyrics. He said, it doesn't matter. And then
so you were up on stage with Ronnie?
Yeah, and unfortunately there weren't any iPhones or no film cameras. I just have some photos, and I look like a happy baby. Smile from cheek to cheek. It's like, and
because let's agree, Ronnie was a fantastic person.
Totally.
Nicest guy I've ever met.
And on the new record, I wrote a song to give thanks and honor to Ronnie. It's called Hero, and I think it's
great.
It's nice.
Fantastic. Okay, so you saw. That's how easy it is, really, to talk to Doro.
Yeah, I don't want to bore you guys, so too much talk.
So now it's your turn, actually. We have a guy there, Anders. What a nice name. He's got a mic. You raise your hand, you get the mic. You ask a question, and Doro will give the answer. So who's first? Shall we try with the blonde in the first? She volunteered the last time. She has a good question.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This could be a difficult one, I guess, but if you would name 3 of your songs that you like the best, is it possible?
Man, from 17 records, I love them all. I love them all for different reasons, but I think some of the best songs, I would say, Für immer, and The Fortune Teller, Love Me in Black, and maybe Raise Your Fist, because it reminds me on All We Are, and I've played it a couple of times live. I think it has a great you know, great spirit. Everybody seems to sing along with it and feel good, and yeah. So it's 4, but yeah. But to be honest, I love all the songs, and there's just one song I don't like. It's called Igloo on the Moon. That's the only one, yeah. Because people made us do that song, and it was like, yeah. But I learned my lesson to never do anything you don't feel.
It must feel good inside.
Huh?
It must feel good when you're
Yes.
inside.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And there we have a guy in the middle.
Yeah, hello, my name is Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
I read that one of the first songs you sang was Lucille by
Little
Richard.
Richard. Yeah.
I was wondering, do you still sing that song like in the shower in the mornings or something?
Actually, I didn't sing it myself, but that was the first song which got me hooked to music. And I think I was like 3 years old, and when I heard that song, then that was it. Music became my drug because of that song, but I never really sang it. I mean, I guess I sang along, but but the singer, Little Richard, I think back then there was no metal, but his energy, I think the energy level was there, so it hooked me for life.
I actually have one more question, if it's okay. What would you do today if you were not a rock singer? What would your profession be?
It's so hard to say because I love it so much. I cannot imagine a life without music and without the fans. It's all I live for. So I would say I would probably do something to, maybe have an animal shelter. I love animals, and maybe take care of like dogs and horses and animals, and to do something like this. I definitely love animals. That's the only thing what I miss, like touring non-stop, you can't have any pets. I can do without a family because I feel the fans, my band, we are all family, but I miss animals. And sometimes the fans, they're so nice, they bring their dogs, or just like to hug and cuddle, and sometimes they bring their dogs to autograph sessions. So lately, that was like the big thing. I was can you sign an autograph to my Max and stuff? And then you see this dog with like a little bandana, and it makes me feel, really good.
So eventually we'll see the Doro dog pound.
Huh?
We'll see the Doro dog pound.
Yeah.
That was actually my absolute last question. What would you name the shelter?
The shelter?
Yeah, the animal shelter. It could be something connected with rock and roll. I think we could say Doro dog pound, like you said.
No, it should be something cool. Oh man, I have to think about it. Maybe.
I know.
Maybe tomorrow I can answer you because it.
Who let the dogs out?
Yeah, but maybe more a metal child. Yeah. Oh God, maybe I don't know. Maybe Metal Racer or yeah.
You'll think about it.
Yeah, I think about it. Yeah, it has to be something cool. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Next one. We have another one, I guess. Lots of people in here. There we go. First row.
My name is Ronnie, and you get the first idea to write the piece from a long time to the end has time you take.
Say it again. My metal ears,
From the first thing you get the idea to create the recipes for a long time, how you work on this?
Yes, I worked on it 2.5, 3 years. And the first song which was written for Razorfish was Hero for Ronnie, because when I heard that Ronnie left this earth, then I was so heartbroken, and like many fans, we talked about it every day, and then suddenly I was falling asleep. I was in New York thinking of a new record. Eventually, and then the song came out, and the melody, the lyrics, everything was there. Just the verses, I worked a little bit more on it with actually a good friend of mine, Joey Bannon, who did the Triumph and Agony and Force Majeure record, because I want to make that one perfect. And so Hero was actually the start for a new record, and then everything came out. And the last song we did was actually It Still Hurts with Lemmy, because that was and it meant so much to me that, so So I guess between Lemmy and Ronnie James Dio, the whole spirit, and then I felt, now it's good, now it's ready to get mixed. And actually we mixed most of the stuff in Hamburg, in New Jersey, and in Denmark. And with a very nice guy, Jacob Hansen is his name. And actually I did like a test mix of Raise Your Fist in the Air. That was, actually we thought that's the first single. And then I wanted to get some test mixes without knowing who the people would be, to not get manipulated by a name or starstruck or whatever. And then all the greatest mixes, they came from Scandinavia, from Sweden, Finland.
No, we know the words.
Then we took Jacob. Yes, I think Scandinavia is now what the new wave of British heavy metal was in the 80s. So I spent much more time here.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
Yeah, super.
Okay, another question. There we go.
I'll look at videos sometimes with you on YouTube, and you look the same 86 like you do now. And I kind of wonder, what do you do to stay in shape and stay fit and look as fresh as you do?
I guess it's the music, and it's the love I feel from the fans, and the love towards the fans. It's like, I think it's good energy, and headbanging and jumping on stage every day. You never have a chance to put on weight. It's always like a great workout. So
you don't have like a special routine for food or workouts and stuff?
No. I mean, I gave up smoking, but I love to smoke, but I don't do it anymore. So that's the only thing. And but everything else. It's just being happy with doing what I love to do, and being on the road. I think it really keeps you young, and the music, and
I have another question also. Like, you've been in the metal business for so long. Do you feel that it's difficult to relate to people that are not into metal, like normal people?
I don't get along so much with normal people. They don't have the same heart. I think metalheads, they have a great heart. I think it's all like soul and feeling and good energy, and they deeply understand. And I think normal people, they most of the time don't. And I can honestly say, and I really mean it, the fans, they are much closer to me than my closest friends because of that. And I love the fans more than anything else. And
I just like to correct you. We are the normal people.
I don't think so. Just don't look it. But I can tell. I can feel it. I can smell a metalhead from miles away. Even you don't have to be, long-haired. But metal is in your heart,
and it will stay there forever.
Yeah.
We're going to have a talk later on here with Mike Tramp and Matthias Lindblad, and we're going to talk about why the classics, the older generation, why they are still the biggest bands around. So we're going to have a panel debate here. Please come to it. It's going to be fun. So that's going to be good.
If I can tell you my opinion, I think one of the things was we had a great chance to learn from the best. If you're ever, on tour with somebody like Ronnie James Dio or Judas Priest or Saxon, you can definitely learn from the best. And that's something what young bands, it's hard not to.
For once,
people,
we decided to be a part of the right generation.
For once,
Okay, we'll take a few more questions. Please think about them. I'm going to talk to you about something else that is close to my heart right now. Because I just wrote a book about Yngwie Malmsteen. That's my book. Yeah.
Actually, we went.
And you were touring with him.
Yes, I was.
So you must have enormous fun stories to tell.
Yeah, and it was actually the tour when we toured with Ronnie James Dio in America, Yngwie Malmsteen and us, and it was
What
awesome.
happened?
What happened? Actually, it was great. It was great, and we all had such a great time because it was the first time that we had a big and long tour in America again after grunge was like a little bit on the way out, and all the metal people, everybody was so on fire and so excited, and it was a great tour. And
Was Yngwie up to any mischief? Did he do anything bad? Because he usually does.
I know, but not.
He was behaving.
He was. he was just sometimes, I remember he was sometimes going over time because he played so many solos. And then I think the Dio management said, hey, you know, calm down, calm down. So yeah, I think he was going over time, that was it. And yeah, he was wild, I remember.
Were you out partying with him?
Not that.
You wouldn't have survived.
And Jan Lande, he was singing with Yngwie. And I remember...
Oh, Jörn was singing?
Jan was singing with him. Jan was super nice. And, yeah, but Yngwie, he played long solos, so Jan always smoked some cigarettes with us backstage. And then he went on stage again after, I don't know how many hours. But it was great. No, Yngwie was great. And I always loved him as a guitar player. So I think sometimes you have to be a little bit crazy, so, you know... But
Mama, we're all crazy now.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well there we have a photographer.
Her name is
Very
so
professional too, that comes up and really takes the stage here. Take your time. Good. Okay, time for a few more questions before we finish off. Who will be the next contestant up here on The Price is Right?
Yeah, guys and girls, there's my hero, Udo Dirk Schneider.
Udo. Okay, 2 more questions. Who will be the first one? 2 more. I want to see one hand. There we go. Hand in the air right there. Catch her quick before she disappears.
Do you play any instruments?
Yeah, I play piano, and I played the piano, so sometimes it comes in handy when you do ballads, but yeah.
Have you ever played on stage?
No, never. No, I think I couldn't do that. I mean, yeah. I think it's not my thing. I love to make the people feel good, but to play and sing, I think, and jump around, that's impossible. So.
And the last question, who will that be? The last chance to ask Doro a question right now. And the winner is... Last question, please. No. Yeah, there you go. Applause.
It's my rings. So, do you listen to another type of music like pop? I know that not pop, but punk rock or not this heavy metal?
Yeah, actually, I like all. I still love all my old heroes. I still love Priest and Motorhead and Udo and Wasp and Metallica, Megadeth. But I love Rammstein too. I think, man, I have such a great, unique style and music. I love Pink Floyd. When I'm in a mellow mood, I love sometimes blues and all kinds of music, whatever touches you. I love punk too. Sometimes when I feel really aggressive, then I have to listen to the Sex Pistols to not totally explode. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Actually, when we started, metal and punks, they weren't getting along. So we could never get into the punk clubs because the guy, was looking up and metal, no way. So later on, we became really good friends. But in the beginning, punks and metals, there was
I looked like you then with the black leather jacket. I actually put one safety pin here to just show that I liked Sex Pistols.
That's good. Yeah, I was in school when I loved punk too, and all kinds of stuff. But pop music, not so much.
Exactly. To finish off, tell us about your new album. What's
Raise Your Fist. Yeah, it's called Raise Your Fist, and I think it's a great album. Maybe a couple of you guys have heard it. I think Raise Your Fist in the Air is definitely an anthem which will probably never leave the set list. Rock Till Death is a great anthem, I think, and it has some speed metal, 80s metal style. It's called Revenge, Take No Prisoners, Little Headbanger, and some beautiful ballads, some great guests. Gus G of Firewind, and Ozzy Osbourne is playing solos, and the ballad with Lemmy, It Still Hurts. I think that's one of my absolute favorites. And Hero, that's dedicated to Ronnie, and check it out. I think it sounds a little bit like Ronnie's music, and I put some lyrics from Ronnie's songs in it, and to give thanks and honor. And I think the record came out great, so you guys gotta check it out. But it's not for me to say that it's good. It's
as you can hear, it's a must-buy. It's a must-buy record.
I can't say stuff.
Much.
I just hope people will find it and and say it's the best.
Thank you very much, Doro.
Thank you
a big hand for Doro.
Thank you so much, guys and girls. And I hope I see you guys soon. Maybe on a Swedish Rock Festival. It's in the making. It's not confirmed, but we're working on it, and I love to play here. And maybe you guys saw this. What's the festival? Yeah. That was great. Yeah. And I saw a couple of you guys there. And thank you for having me. And I hope you guys have great fun here on this rock convention. And see you hopefully tomorrow. Ciao.
Ja, då får nu bli det. Ska alla.